So we know, Chair and colleagues, that based on Exhibits 29 and 30, on January 28, 2019, a white 2004 Mazda MPV van with vehicle license plate ADG 282 was registered to Governor Ralph de Leon Guerrero Torres. This personal vehicle registered to the governor. And we also know from an exhibit that was previously submitted for the record, a request memo dated January 30, 2019. This is Exhibit 20, that on that same day, January 28th, 2019, Governor Torres purchased a car battery. If we could please go to that receipt. And a notation on the receipt indicates this was for a vehicle with license plate ADG 282. Now, the value of the battery was about $112 and some change. But the record shows that the governor requested and received reimbursement for this car battery. And I'd just like to register that for the record, that this was the same license plate that is in the vehicle that is the subject of today's inquiry. And I would yield at this time to Representative Probst.
Thank you, Representative Tina. I recognize Representative Probst.
Thank you, Representative Tina Sablon, and thank you, Chairwoman. Are we entering these documents into the record for as exhibits?
This is already entered.
It's already entered. I wanted to verify. Okay, thank you. And as Representative Tina Sablon had mentioned, so the license plate ADG Alpha Delta Golf 282 is the actual license plate of the van that we've been talking about throughout this afternoon's hearing. That's correct, right? We are fully aware of that. I just wanted to kind of go over a few things, if I may, Madam Chair. Some of the things that just don't make any sense. So we have a van. Governor Torres, what we know right now, Governor Torres purchased a van on January 10, 2019. And then 18 days later, he decided to register the car and sell the car the same day. And during that process, when he was gifting it to Mr. Brian Romular, giving a $2,000 gift, at least, because that's what we were told from the director, that the purchase of the van from Ms. Carla Camacho to the governor was $2,000. So on January 28th, during this day, must have been a very busy day, the governor had this van registered, but also signed over to another person. But allegedly it was Mr. Brian Romular. But on that day, he found out, apparently, that, I guess before he released or gave away the $2,000 van, was that he needed a new battery for the van. And so he went to CarQuest and he purchased a new battery for his personal vehicle, as stated by the director. This is a personal vehicle. This is owned, not a government vehicle. It is owned by the governor. Purchased a battery for his personal vehicle that he was about to gift away. A $2,000 van he's going to give away. So he decides that, okay, it needs a new battery. I'll take care of that, apparently. And he does. He goes to CarQuest. How do we know that? The license plate for the van is on the receipt, indicating that there was a new battery, and he submitted it for reimbursement. This is not a government vehicle. This is a personal vehicle. This is a vehicle that is owned clearly, as we know for a fact, as the director has testified, that this battery this car, this van, is owned by Governor Torres, a personal vehicle. So he purchases a new battery for this personal vehicle. Then he goes ahead and gifts it to Mr. Brian Romolor. What I'm confused about, and what we are just, what is very unclear, is that he still went ahead and submitted a reimbursement for a battery that is a personal vehicle. I want colleagues and chairwoman, I want to recall when we when we had our witness, Miss Keiko Rosario, the governor's SAA, when she testified and when she spoke, one of the questions I had asked her was, do you drive your own vehicle to and from work? And she said, Ungan, yes, I do. Okay. And then I asked her about a battery. Do you ever have to replace your battery? And we talked about that. And then the question alluded to, if you had to get a new battery, would you get reimbursed for it? And her answer was, if you recall, why would I do that? It's my own car. I'm not going to do that. That is what the average person would think. It's your own personal vehicle. Yet the governor somehow, and we still don't understand it, is able to gift away a $2,000 personal vehicle to Mr. Brian Romolor, but buy a battery for that personal vehicle that he's giving away, but then he gets reimbursed for it. 2 days later, he gets reimbursed for a battery that he had just purchased. So this gift that he gave away was not only a $2,000 car, it was also a brand new battery that was paid for by taxpayer dollars. Yet we have people that said, so what? What's the big deal? It's only $122.10. So what? So what? He bought a van. 18 days later, he decides to give it away. He gives away a $2,000 vehicle, gets reimbursed for a $122.10 battery. And then, as we saw from the testimony, a sworn affidavit from Erin Angela Villagomez Camacho and her father, Juan A. Camacho, that the governor had to reimburse himself for a $30 to $40 meal that he said he took care of. So I'm very confused. He's generous enough to give away a $2,000 van, yet he cannot pick up somebody's tab that he said he would pick up, and instead decides to once again charge it to taxpayer dollars. Chairwoman and colleagues, clearly, if you drive your own vehicle to and from work, some of us do, can you get a new battery and get reimbursement from Department of Finance? I'm asking that. Because if this is going to stand, and if nothing happens from this, and if this is okay, then every single person, every single one of us, and every single government employee should be able to get a new battery for their personal vehicle because they're using it for work or whatever. But I don't want to stop there. Why stop at a battery? Why not brand new tires? Your tires are wearing, you're using it for work, aren't you? Brand new tires. Okay, I'm getting brand new tires, but you know what? I've been parking my car outside and it's fading. I want a brand new paint job. I'm going to charge that to taxpayers. Okay. Now, if I did that, would everybody be okay with that? The answer is no. So if the governor is able to do this, then why can't the chairwoman, why can't the council, why can't any of us do this? We can't, because we know that this is not permissible. Yet the governor, once again, is above the law. A $2,000 van that he can simply give away, but no, the battery, I got to get reimbursed for that. You know, that van belonged to the governor. It is a personal vehicle by him. He gave it away, and Mr. Brian Romolor somehow was kind enough. I don't know the relationship. Must be a good relationship because, giving away a $2,000 van. I don't know what Mr. Brian Romulor did in return for the governor, but wow, for a $2,000 van, I'd be your number one fan. I would be one of your biggest supporters. Wow. So after that, he turns around and sells it to Mr. Diosdado Miravalis. So he didn't even have it for too long. He went ahead and sold it and profited off of it. Essentially, all things being equal, maybe he got at least $2,000. So the governor gave away $2,000. Mr. Brian Romulor scored on this and got $2,000 and a brand new battery at taxpayers' expense. We paid for it. Our taxpayers paid for that battery. This meal and all the other wonderful things that we have been seeing. But no. We hear from certain people that, oh, this is not costing taxpayers millions of dollars. Move on. There's nothing to see here. So I guess these people are stating that as long as it's not costing taxpayers millions of dollars, it's okay to do these things. So what if it only costs $700,000 collectively in first-class travel and illegal reimbursements and everything else? He's the governor. He's entitled to it. Well, if that's the case, representatives are entitled to it. Senators are entitled to it. Where do we stop? So I apologize for my rant here, Chair and colleagues, but this is ridiculous. We know for a fact this is a personal vehicle. We know for a fact, without any doubt, that battery was purchased. And we also know that Ms. Keiko Rosario also stated they couldn't find that battery. Why? Because that battery stayed in that van. It didn't go. It didn't check it out. Didn't do anything. The van stayed in the battery stayed in the van and was used to gift to Mr. Brian Romulor, who turned around and sold it to Mr. Miravalis. So there's some generosity here. Some people making good money, making good deals, while the taxpayers get screwed in the end. Thank you.